Good evening. At college, on the soccer team, each player was given 3 strikes for the entire year. And a strike, you got it by being late to a team event. So whether it was a practice, a team meal, study hall, anything like that. If you were late and you didn't text the coach that you were going to be late, you got a strike. And if you accumulated 3 strikes over the course of the year, you lost your scholarship and got kicked off the team. And you're going to have to transfer to find a new team for the next year. And during the first semester, one of my good friends, and a dude I knew on the team, he got kicked off for getting too many strikes. And the coach, he was really lenient with him too. He ended up getting 10 strikes before the coach finally hit his last straw to kick him off the team. And his strikes, they were all easily preventable because he was either at work or in class, but he just failed to communicate with the coach that he was going to be late, so he ended up getting kicked off the team. And I think during my first year at college, that was the biggest takeaway that I had. It was just the importance of being able to communicate. Whether it was with my professors, my teachers, same thing as professors, my coach, my advisors, any of those people, just it makes life so much easier to be able to communicate. And communication is a great skill to have in the world, but it's also a great skill to have as a Christian. Because as Christians, it's crucial that we are constantly communicating with God. James chapter 4, verse 8, it tells us to draw nigh to God, and he will draw nigh to us. It's our responsibility to get close to God and maintain a close relationship with him. We know God, he's unmoving, he's unchanging, and he's always there for us. So any separation in our relationship with him is because of us and not him. 2 Corinthians chapter 1, verses 3 and 4 tells us that God, he's the God of all comfort. No matter our situation, no matter the trials, the tribulations that we're going through, we're able to find comfort through him by drawing nigh to him. And we do that through prayer. As we're commanded in 1 Thessalonians chapter 5, verse 17, we're commanded there to pray without ceasing. And that doesn't mean to always pray, but rather to always have an attitude of prayer, keeping God in the forefront of our mind, always striving to do what is good to him. And prayer is honestly therapeutic. It's a place we can go and cast all our cares upon him. Anything that's going good, making us anxious, sad, angry, upset, overwhelmed, we can go to him and let it all out. And David, he was a great example of this. In Psalms chapter 55, verses 16 and 17, here David said, I will call upon God, and the Lord shall save me. Evening and morning and at noon will I pray and cry aloud, and he shall hear my voice. Here, David, he prayed constantly. He was going under so much attack, and he always looked to God and kept him at the forefront of his mind. And that's the exact same way that we should be, praying with confidence to the Lord, as we're commanded in 1 John 5:14, that he will hear us and answer our prayers. And while communicating with God is very important as a Christian, it's also important that we are always communicating with ourselves and between other brethren. I am a very forgetful, well, more so arrogant person at times. And during the season, there was a lot of times we had a practice or a team event that I had no idea we had. And thankfully, I had a lot of friends on the team, and they would tell me, like, hey, what time are you leaving for practice? When are you going to be at study hall? And I didn't even know about it. So if it wasn't for them, I would have had no idea. And it was good to have them to help keep me in check. And it's the same way as Christians. Galatians chapter 6, verse 2, it tells us that we are to bear one another's burdens. Life is hard, and there's a lot of things that try to weigh us down. But it's important that we have each other to lean upon to help each other out, because it's not good to go through life alone. Ecclesiastes chapter 4, verses 9 and 10, it tells us that 2 is better than 1. We know that we all do sin and we all fall short at times and we all stumble. And it's important to have 2, to have a brethren to help pick us up and help get us back on our feet to stay on the path of righteousness. However, if we're alone and we stumble, who's going to pick us up? Nobody. So as we go through the week and we go back into the world, it's easy to be surrounded by darkness and kind of lose contact with the fellow brethren. It's easy to be in contact here as we leave and we're out of the world and surrounded by other like-minded individuals. But when we go out into the world, then it's easy to lose contact with the fellow brethren. As we go, if you're here tonight and your burden is just too much to bear, you're in the perfect place because you're surrounded with many people who are here that are willing to help you and help you get over what you're going through. And if you're here tonight and you haven't put the Lord on in baptism, there's no better time than now as we stand and as we sing.